Bye, Justin. Yep, I'll let you know. Bye. I almost want you to get that in the video. Were you recording? I'm glad. When they feel like a lot of things are starting to become out of control in their life, that they still have a voice, and that voice is important. I'm Ryan Legendre. I'm 20 years old. I just released my first album. I'm a godfather. I'm a medical assistant, and I make music. One thing about me is I always keep a stack of these cards on me. It says, love me or hate me, both are in my favor. If you love me, I'll always be in your heart. If you hate me, I'll always be in your mind. I started writing music a while back because it was a good way to deal with a lot of stuff that was going on in my life, and on the process of bettering myself, I found it therapeutic for me. And the more and more I get better at it, and the more I release, I notice people say my songs, my lyricism gets better, and that's something similar that works for them too.
I first met Ryan when he rushed the fraternity that I'm in at Rutgers. Everyone liked him straight off the bat. He's likable, he's fun, he's got ambition, and so he was really a no-brainer. He ended up pledging and actually becoming my little, which I was super happy about. But kind of at the start, Ryan was very impressionable. He, really came into the whole process thinking about, parties and girls and things like that, which is definitely a part of it. But you also have to be able to pull yourself out of that world, because you have to remember that you have work to do. You still need people in your life that you care about. You still need a degree. You still need an education. You still need to work on your dreams, because after 4 years, you need somewhere to go. And I think that he kind of lost that for a little bit.
Maybe you could notice by the people I was surrounding myself with. They were a lot of toxic people. I was in a toxic relationship with someone who was just not necessarily the right person for me, and that was definitely reflected in my motivations or lack thereof, or my activities after that whole situation.
It was definitely hard for him. I remember seeing it. You kind of see that he wants to be different, but he also doesn't want to let the people go. And so he's just kind of getting pulled in these two directions the entire time. It's not an easy thing for anyone, I'm sure. We've all been there.
So, this is the stew. I know we talked a lot about that in the pod. I mean, this is just a college house room, so we can't really make it the best possible studio, So I just have what I use, my setup, my mic, my condenser, my MacBook, my adapter. And this is where all the magic happens. So what I'm trying to accomplish with this song is basically just talk about where I was at when I started writing music, the people that were involved in my life at that time, and show the transition to where I am now, and who's the most important in my life now. When you get like Rocky, then you can be cocky. Miss X broke the lock key. And what that's kind of about is, like, I'm clearly not with that person anymore that I was with, and when I'm using the line broke the lock key, it's basically referring to that's the only person who ever had my heart like that. Another one we got is then I found something different, a higher calling on this mission. Listen, and that's about me and my godson, obviously.
When I started this idea of kind of sharing stories, I immediately thought about Ryan and kind of had that process that he's been through and kind of the music through it. And it was funny because we're filming the segment on what his lyrics mean to him and what the song means to him, and out of nowhere his godson calls him.
What's up, Justin? Justin. What did I do today? I'm gonna play basketball, and I'm recording a podcast right now. I'm about to record a song. Sunday.
And it wasn't even planned. Like, I was going to have him call his godson at some point because I knew that was so important to him, and I knew that was such a big part of like his transformation as a person.
So what am I doing on Sunday for you? If I'm not doing anything, I'm gonna come up definitely.
Just having someone rely on him like that, I knew that was huge for him. We talked about it a lot, but it had just happened out of nowhere organically, and you can see his face kind of light up.
All right, goodbye, Justin. Yep, I'll let you know. Bye. I almost want you to get that video. Were you recording? I'm glad.
He's kind of learning to set the best example for the people around him, and to be that example and not just follow suit, make the impression instead of being impressionable. I'm really happy for him. I think he's gone through a lot of growth. It definitely hasn't been an easy process for him, but when is growth ever easy?
So what my goal with this is that hopefully other people can like understand my situation. I get it off my chest, and I find music very therapeutic for me. At least it's probably the thing I use the most to express my feelings. And so if other people can take that, learn from that, I hope someone's just there listening, and thinks, hey, I was in a very similar situation, and my song is what can help them get through that. That would be what I'm looking for. A podcast in 2 coming at you. Hey. I'm so godly, feel like I'm in Motley. Can't never stop me. When you get like Rocky, then you can be cocky. Miss X broke the lock key. Godfather on the streets, but I'm different in the sheet. Only come with straight heat when you put me on a beat. Son of God, yeah, he's with me. Also like I'm 50. You can see now I'm doing like a lot more things with my life. I'm definitely a lot more active, working a lot more on the things I want to accomplish, on my goals. And I think the biggest thing you can see that in is just who I surround myself with. I definitely wasn't doing the right stuff with the right people, and now my circle is small, exactly who I wanted, and exactly people who are going to uplift me and help me on this journey to become what I want to be. No profit are legends. So this is what I get out of it. The main objective of this song and what I get to see is basically the progress I've made as a person, and surrounding myself with better people in my life and seeing who's really important to me. What I want other people to get out of this is that when they feel like a lot of things are starting to become out of control in their life, that they still have a voice, and that voice is important. I think a lot of people can relate to this, and I know there's got to be millions of people out there that at least feel the same way I do, and think, hey, really I don't have that outlet, or I really relate to music, and this is a way I could get stuff off my chest. And one thing I want to say is that you never know how good it's going to be until you start. I'm Ryan, and this is my story.
Thank you so much for watching. You can follow Ryan on SoundCloud at rlegends with a Z. You can see the full podcast we did, Here We Go Podcast, anywhere and everywhere. And finally, if you have a story to tell, I want to help you do it. So hit me up in the comments below, hit me up on Instagram, whatever you need, and maybe you could be in one of these videos pretty soon. Thanks again. Keep it real.
The stew.